for is to be able to buy the ads, to get the sound bites, to get your votes. We have the power to throw them out, and they better know that we are not going to put up with it. Democrat, Republican, Independent, we don't care. They work for us. But when they see these numbers, and they see these people, they better realize by the numbers that we care. Yes, we do. So the next person that we're going to introduce is the man that is responsible for this Tea Party being here in Washington, Missouri, so that the people in Washington, D.C. and their whole other little world know we're here. And that is Bill Hennessy. He wrote the Conservative Manifesto in 1993 to draw Americans away from the slumber induced by George H.W. Bush's Kindler-Jenner conservatism, which gave rise to Bill Clinton's. Well, let's just leave it at that. In 2009, he joined Dana Roche, Mike Leahy, and millions of others who were simultaneously kicked away by trillions of dollars in giveaways to overeducated, failed business people who were smart enough to invest heavily in Washington business politicians. Bill is the main author of the St. Louis Tea Party's official website, stlouisteaparty.com, and a known extremist. Bill will discuss honoring our troops, the Constitution, and whatever. Welcome, Bill Hennessy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. You know, the weather's a little bit different from that first time we met on the riverbanks. You here, us in St. Louis. A lot different from that beautiful golden night in April under for us in the shadow of the arch. It was a beautiful evening, 68 degrees and sunny. And boy, is this typical Missouri weather for July, huh? We got the humidity is filled with air. Yeah, we'll have to invite Al Gore next time to drop the temperature a few degrees. And on that subject, on the cap and trade thing, we've heard that several times, and I'm going to touch on three things that I have instructions on what my topics are at this time, which makes it a little easier actually. But the first one I want to talk about is cap and trade, because I don't know, a lot of you people might not read Rolling Stone magazine. I know I don't. For the most part, their editorial views are a lot different from mine. They've never reprinted anything from my blogs. As a matter of fact, I believe that they listed the Tea Party folks as one of their enemies. So we don't have a lot in common except for we smell nonsense when it's obvious, and global warming they pick as one of the biggest lies to enrich Goldman Sachs with taxpayers' money in the history of the United States. Goldman Sachs is the company that gave us Hank Paulson, Robert Rubin, the bailouts, the stimulus. And now they're giving us cap and trade. In this article, and I encourage all of you to go out and get the copy with the Jonas Brothers. Let Rolling Stone know that if they write good stuff, we'll read their magazine. Buy this issue and read the article and find out about how Goldman Sachs planned the housing bubble, planned the computer and .com bubble, planned the gas bubble 2 years ago, last year, when gasoline on this date was $4.07 a gallon in the metro area. Goldman Sachs And what do we do with them? How do we punish the people who become senior officers in that company? We make them senior officers in departments, secretaries, Secretary of the Treasury, Federal Reserve Chairman. The money we're talking about, the cycle of money isn't tens and hundreds of thousands, it's tens and hundreds of billions of dollars that these criminals are taking from you in the form of taxes, in these nonsensical lies like cap and trade to solve some problem that doesn't exist. The degree of anger that's owed to these bastards can't be expressed with a microphone. Unless you know where to put it. And these smug jerks parade on television telling you how stupid you are because you don't know how bad the environment is. Look at that. Look at the green, lush fields across the river. Look at the river flowing down here. We've had a variety of weather this week. We've had the same weather that we've had my whole life, and I'm 45 years old. My dad's over 80, sitting right there. I bet you he's felt hotter weather than this. And yet they want to triple your electric bill, the cost of clothing, the cost of gasoline, so that they can solve a problem that doesn't exist. It's like the last time the swine flu came around. So let's put a stake in cap and trade. And I don't like smooth transitions, so we're going to go straight into topic number 2, the Constitution. Here's a note. It's a fictitious note, but it represents some that I've left for my kids when I had to do something right after work and no one was going to be home, and they're responsible. But it says, son, do the dishes, left credit card on table to order pizza, we'll be home late, love, Dad. Get home, and there's no dishes in the sink, but the dishwasher hasn't been run. There's an empty pizza box, and the cupboards are bare. All the dishes are gone. Son, what did you do? Well, you know, those dishes were chipped, and there were so many of them, and they were filthy dirty. I wasn't sure that one round through the dishwasher would get them clean, and I sure as heck didn't want to do them by hand, so I used her credit card and went on Macy's.com, and they had some really nice Vera Wang china on sale for 30% off, and I went ahead and paid the extra $60 for overnight shipping, so it'll be here tomorrow. And I got the pizza. What would you do? What would you do if your teenager did that to you? Ordered $800 worth of china instead of doing the dishes? You'd probably take some action. And yet, for about 100 years now, the United States government has taken this note that we call the Constitution, that is the instructions and the limits to what they're allowed to do on our behalf. They've taken that and they've done the equivalent of ordering china, about $1 trillion worth of china,